YouTube has a conniption. It's kind of ridiculous, man. They know what COVID and coffee is all about. COVID and coffee made them money. So anyways, today on RC Guy Garage, this is a live thing here. It's basically seeing if I can take this brand new RC that was realistically a rip it out of the box, charge up the packs, not even do anything. Meaning like I didn't even, I mean, I drove it in the house a couple of times, but that was it. There was no going outside. There was no real testing. There was no nothing. It was just, burning up a pack inside, not even really burning up a pack, but just seeing what the RC was all about. And when I took the truck out of the box, there was it's part of that. It's part of that video that I put out just yesterday that talked about, sometimes recording everything is a bad thing, right? But in my life, I should record everything because there's so many things sometimes. Well, there's so many things sometimes. That didn't make any sense. There's so many things that happen sometimes throughout the course of a day that you just say to yourself, man, if only I had recorded that. You know what I mean? Like, there are just those instances when, stuff happens and it's pretty funny. Like the neighbor kid, you broke it. That was awesome. You had to hear it. You had to hear his voice. He's got a certain tone, and just you could tell he was not happy. So, and then also what I thought was pretty cool was in the video that I released today, basically about these two trucks. Now, granted, there's only one of the trucks down here right now, but it's in relation to these two trucks. That the younger, I gotta be careful with what I say, the younger individual that was in the back seat, her window was all the way down because she knew what was going on in the street. And if you saw her eyes where she was focused, she was laser focused on this truck right here. And it probably had to do with color and styling, man. So these manufacturers are very keen. They're keen, in a sense, to know that certain colors draw attention. And that's just like every manufacturer. That's like anything if you think about it. That's why sometimes parts are anodized colors, because even the real automotive industry, sometimes people want that differentiation, if that's really a word. Differentiation. Am I saying that right? Alexa. Differentiation.
It's Friday, October 21st.
Okay, I guess it's not a real word. Whatever. You get what I'm saying. So
the track of this is me, as you know what I'm saying.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. Like I said, sometimes you gotta yell at her. All right, so I put this as a quick repair live, but I after looking at these parts, I almost feel like it might not be as quick as I thought. So I did have another differential, and I did have, this was the more important piece right here. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. That's the thing, because this is from a different manufacturer or a different car. So this might not work. And I honestly, when I pulled this apart, I wasn't even thinking about this stuff right here. That just happened to be, I did a community post a few minutes ago, basically saying right now, and you got to report on that post, but right now, go check your RC cars and see how many RC cars still have batteries sitting in them. And then if you want to expose yourself even more, you basically say how many of those were still plugged in. There's a reason why I'm saying that. So I, even though I've checked in the past and I've tried to be a little bit more conscious about, when you're done with an RC, clean it. Yeah, right. Clean it. Take the battery packs out. Yes, I've been pretty conscious about that. But then I built that thing, right? Okay, I built that thing. So that means I picked up every RC car. There were battery packs still in cars. So, I mean, you'd figure like the battery pack given the size of those cars, you'd feel like, man, feels a little heavy. And it only takes a second to sometimes slide your hand in there and check and see if there's a battery pack in there. And yes, we had battery packs still in cars. Were they any of them plugged in? No, which is a shocker. So that means I went through the process of powering it down, whether it was shutting it off or popping the plug out, popping the plug apart, but I didn't take the pack out. So another battery company has reached out to me. So I got some battery packs coming to the channel. One of them might be it's a toss-up. They weren't sure what they were going to send me, and I just said I don't care at this point in time. I said whatever you send, whatever. And if I'll put this out this way, if this happens to you and a manufacturer says you got to buy them, we'll repay you like PayPal. I mean, that's up to you if that's what you want to do. But what I say is don't do it. Don't fall for it. Don't, because what that's doing is that's putting you in the position of like not falsifying, but they're looking for reviews, right? So any product manufacturer that sends you free stuff or whatever, they're hoping that you will do some type of something, review, put a check mark on a page or whatever it is. Now, the companies that I work with, it's actually different because I'm upfront with them right away. And that's the way I've always been. And wait till you see what's coming to the channel. When is it? October 25th. The video is not going to drop on the 25th, obviously, because it's not here yet. But wait till you see what's coming. I'm super pumped about what's going to be here. So, yeah, you gotta be true to the people. So like anybody that watches your videos, you got to be true to those people, man. So like when I put links in the descriptions, like I've actually got the link to this truck in the description. What I said was, I said, if a product is something that checks my box or whatever boxes that I've got to check, the link will be in the description. So like when you go to my description, there's obviously a ton of stuff because I don't know how to do a store that like is an off-site store that provides links. Like I don't, number one, I don't have the time for it. I've tried to set up like an Amazon store because there's a lot of products that, are from Amazon. They seem to be good because shipping is relatively quick and basically they've got everything because Amazon is huge. So I have Amazon links. I've got the Epidemic Sound and whatever. So if there's something that's in the video that I like, what I'll do is I'll leave a link. So even though this thing broke, I left the link because I feel in a sense I'm impressed with the truck, even though it broke. Two people, and I screenshotted their comments. So the next video is going to have their comments in the video. I screenshotted their comments because what they said really made sense. And it basically talks about how, and I'm not wording it right, but it gives the inference that, not everybody's got Benjamins. And you know what Benjamins means. Not everybody's got the Benjamins to, be able to buy the higher end, top quality. And that's why I said in the video that I did before, the table talk. That might be a new series, man. Table talk. I kind of like how that went. I might turn it into like some live stuff. So, but it was like, where am I? Where am I on this? Yeah, what they were saying is that, not everybody's got that kind of money. Not everybody's got, the money to be able to afford a Traxxas or an Arrma. And, can one of these vehicles like this one here, or this one here, or this one over here, can these little vehicles right here be fun and be something that you could buy. Yeah, but it's not for everybody. It's kind of like, I think what somebody had said was like, you know, that there's what do they call it? They called it, it's almost, oh, I put it this way, it's almost like gasoline. It's almost like gas. That's me putting it that way. So you've got regular unleaded. Well, I shouldn't even talk like that. Everything's unleaded now. But you got regular unleaded, right? Then you have mid-grade unleaded. Then you have high test or premium, right? So obviously you could tell when I said, you know, high test, that's from my generation. Or actually that's from my parents' generation in a sense. High test fuel. High test fuel was just usually either going to be race fuel or it was going to be the highest fuel grade that was available for octane. So some people can't afford, like, I mean, some people can't afford high test. So they're not driving the cars that, you know, have that. You know what I mean? Like they're driving Corollas and Camrys and whatever that take the lower grade fuel that do just fine. You know, they got like a 90 something horsepower and they're happy. And then you've got the people that, you know, are like me, that my cars dictate. Yeah, well, why are you disconnecting over here? Anyways, wherever I was basically just saying, I've got to pay the diesel price because of the truck I drive. I have got no choice. So, and those people that drive like Earl, I don't even know, he's probably not even here, but people like Earl, he's got a BMW. You know, he's not throwing, you know, regular junk unleaded in his car because he can't. You know what I mean? The car is not going to be happy with that. So, and that's where some of these levels of these RC cars are, is that, I mean, my son and I were out with the brushed and brushless version of this truck. And what were we doing? What were we doing? We were laughing. We were having a good time. And that whole thing about what's the difference between hobby grade versus toy grade. Bunch of awesome comments came in on that video. I thought it was great because it gives everybody a chance to say what they think or their thought process. And if you read the comments, there's comments that are similar. So a lot of people have similar lines of thinking. And then you've got some people that put out those, you know, comments that you're like, man, I didn't even think of it that way. And that's kind of why I guess I'm right now also doing this, is the fact that, you know, two comments that were out there made really good sense, which is why I don't have an issue doing videos or content with some of these cars. Now, some of these cars, yeah, I do actually have a problem with them because they're so, they are garbage. You know what I mean? But what I don't mind is that when I do come across an RC that's garbage, Big Black can go ahead and take care of it. So, right? Big Black to the rescue when it comes to something like that, man. I'm telling you, I've got no problem with that. And you think about it, that was that a DRC or was that a Hosen? I can't remember. But that was probably the worst video that you could probably put out for an RC car, like as far as the company goes. And did that stop them from sending me RC cars? No, because I'm truthful. You know what I mean? And I told them, like, I think if I can remember right, I think one of them shot me an email and said something like the video is eye-opening. And I knew what they meant. And it was just like, yeah, guy, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. If you send me a piece of garbage, man, it's gonna be treated that way. So, and I don't know, it ended up being a funny video. So anyways, I'm doing like a lot of ramble here. I'm just gonna jump into the chat real quick, see who's here. Looks like we got 3 people here right now. 3 people in chat. All right, so we got James was first, Paul was second, Kurt's RC was third. We got Sergeant J. We got Andy B UK. What's going on, guy? Thompson's RC, good morning to you as well. Vito, what's happening, man? Oh, yeah. Right. That was a the video with my son Vito was basically just, it was kind of more like that raw thing. It was just like, you know, he came over. He's actually taken a couple of actually he was taking one course to get certified in suspension and steering. So, I mean, he already knows how to do it, but you get those certifications, you can put those in your back pocket and just makes you more valuable. So, right now, while he's young, he's trying to grab all the certifications that he can and just jam them right into that pocket right there. So, but he stopped by on his way home, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go out and rip a couple RCs," and he's like, "Hell yeah!" So, I wish sometimes that there was more time to be able to do stuff like that, man. Like even with my daughter and with my wife, man. She forgets how much fun she had. Garage Life, what's going on, guy? Vince Vargas, what's happening, man? I'll take Big Black. Yeah. Big Black is actually a fun truck, man. Jay's RC Adventures, what's going on, guy? It's going pretty good, man. My neck is killing me, but is what it is. Let's see. Chris's RC Getaway, what's going on, man? Both ends of your drive shaft stripped out within the first week. Both front. I don't know why everybody else. Yeah, I don't know. What, this truck? This truck isn't durable. Well, I mean, it is. How do I explain that? This is the lower end of the spectrum. So I put the price, right? So it's like $80. It's actually less money right now for this truck. I think this truck right now is $71. Is it for you? Well, you got to determine that just based upon, you know, what's out there for basically for content. View the content, you know, see the reviews and see if it's something that you want. I want to say, you know, my son and I were kind of hard on, you know, this truck, and I know exactly why the gear broke. It's because it's plastic, and I was doing stuff to the truck that shouldn't be done. That's why this truck is the brushed version, because it's got torque. That's the thing too, man. It's got torque. So probably if this thing was run on 75%, it would have been totally fine. But when you're hitting, you know, walls at full speed, if you think about it, that front end crash probably caused some of the damage. When I was showing the launches, there was a reason why I was showing the launches. It wasn't because, oh, hey, it's cool. Is basically to show you the torque of this truck had enough to get all four wheels onto that wheelie bar, and that those wheels were spinning, like free spinning, and then bang, got traction. So every time it does that, you need to realize that that is potential abuse, wear and tear, and damage. So the head-on accident was basically full trigger, both trucks into each other. Obviously, the brushless truck survived because that's got all metal gears. So this one just has plastic. So each little thing contributed to why this failed. What I will say that's cool about this company right now, so I already emailed them, and I treated it. I explained this. I treated, or I should say it this way. I treat every RC car instance or whatever, like if I get a free truck, right? When I contact them, I'm not contacting them saying, hey, this is RC Guy Garage, you better send me some bots or I'm going to put out a crap video. No, I don't even tell them who I am. I send them an email and I just said, hey, I have the new blah, 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 whatever. I've only had one battery pack. I'll give them the, I will say, I'll be kind of vague because I'm not going to tell them I'm slamming it into brick walls. I'll just say, hey, the rear differential failed. Could have been my fault. And what's great is that these companies, when I get sent these cars, right, the order number is actually inside the box. So when I provide them the order number, I mean, maybe they can see how it was ordered. I don't even care about that. All I know is that I don't do like the CCXRC Tony and be like, hey, I'm Tony. No, he never comes on here anyway anymore. So I can say whatever I want about him. No, I just, I'm joking, obviously. So don't you CCXRC lovers don't get all bent out of shape, because he's a pretty cool guy. He's just like a regular guy, man. I like to poke the bear every once in a while. So, basically it's me not saying anything. It's just saying, hey, something's broken. So, I'd like to get it fixed. What do I got to do? And most times, there's only been one time where the company gave me their website and the part number to order. And I'm like, I already know that. That's why I'm reaching out. And they changed their tune. So I know this is a lot of talk, man, but I'm also realizing this diff might not work. Maybe that's why I'm dragging it out. So what I'm hoping dropping in this piece right here is going to fix it. It does have the right stop sign spline. It looks like it's got maybe the right gearing. I'm hoping, but I'm going to try it out. Breaking into this thing is very easy. It's a RC car, truck, whatever you want to call it. Very easy to break into. You just need to make sure you have a good Phillips screwdriver. What is it, a JIS or something like that? Japanese Industry Standard, JIS. I think it's called the JIS. I think that's what it is. Because some screws, the Phillips just doesn't quite fit right. But this Phillips does fit right. So I don't even know what this is. Just says that on it. So just a Amazon garbage driver. That's all you need. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to break into this thing, get this video going. Hopefully I can get this thing fixed up. So we got Shane McCain. What's going on, guy? You got a bunch of these little trucks and the LC Racing buggy and truggy. And then, oh, yeah. Yeah, there was, what the heck was his name? Can't remember. He was a long-time subscriber for a long time. And he hasn't been around. And I think it's because I've been doing a lot less lives. I think he enjoyed the lives. What the heck was his name? He was from the UK, too. Man, what the heck was his name? Can't remember. It's been that long, man, that he hasn't shown up. So anyways, what's going on here? All right. Okay, sitting back at the computer. Okay. Wishing they would put part numbers on their parts. On who? Oh, actually on the part? Dude, that'll never happen, man. Well, I shouldn't say it'll never happen, but that'd be nuts. Jeremy, you're at work. Nice. Love all the talk. You know what, though? Some people don't like to talk. Do you know what I mean? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch down to this thing right here. So we got this thing on deck right now. Again, I said quick repair. I actually don't know if it's going to be a quick repair or not. I know it's quick to go ahead and, dismantle it, but yeah. So this is that truck. I just wanted to show you, man. I was very, very surprised at what I saw when I opened this. The layout, it's like they're really paying attention, man. Look at that. And when you see what things do, like, I don't know. I'm just surprised, man. I really am. Look at that battery tray. Look how massive that battery tray is. You can fit a pretty big battery pack in that tray for this size car. That was the number one thing I noticed right away. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. The number one thing I noticed was when I looked at the underneath of this truck. Looking at the different colors of plastic definitely makes it more eye-catching or eye-appealing. I was just noticing how things are done. And again, is anything perfect? No, it's not. I noticed right off that this has just had an A and B block, and these pins basically went into the chassis. So, yeah, just you know, who knows? Maybe if you just keep up with maintenance and whatever, is this a break point? I don't know, man. Both cars had a full speed front impact, so whatever the speed was doubled. So even when you look at the lower arms, all 4 lower arms have bottom end shock protection. So pretty stinking slick, man. They have these little side pieces here. Those are the body locks. So the body actually clips in or slides into the sides. Like, I mean, just some of the things that they did with this truck, the body, the shock towers, the body mounts, everything is just that much better looking. Even the fact that the 3rd channel is remote operated to turn this light bar on and off. That was pretty slick, man. My son was like, what? This thing's got, because I showed it to him. I showed him the button. He's like, you gotta be kidding me. It's got a light. And I'm like, yeah. So the other truck that I'm not showing right now, even more shocking than this. Basic same platform, little bit change up of parts just to keep things on the cheap. This one is the brush version. The other one is the brushless version. The other one I was blown away by. Like, I mean, I hate to say it this way, and don't get all bent out of shape, but when I look at this truck, when I look at it, what does this remind you of? If you would just to quickly see this, like you would, at least I would think this was potentially a little mini Traxxas. And I know that's probably bad to say, but I don't know, man. Just some of the things they're doing, they're paying attention. So it's got like the Traxxas like look here, but then the body is Arrma. The body is a stinking Outcast, man. Come on. Or it's the other thing there. But doesn't that look like an Outcast? And what's cool is it comes with 2 bodies. So 2 bodies, 2 roll cages. Look at how many screws it takes to put the roll cage on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws to get that roll cage on there. So pretty good. I do wish the roll cage was higher, because if the roll cage was higher, at least it would protect the body, because right now what it doesn't do is the roll cage just stiffens the body. It doesn't protect it. That's a negative right there. All right. So if anybody is trying to get my attention, you already know how to do it. Just do the little thing so that I got the screen right in front of me. Just do the thing so that the RC Guy Garage comes up. If somebody wants to go ahead and give an example, you can give an example, and that way it'll be literally on screen right now. And all it does is it leaves like a little box so that I can see RC Guy Garage. And I just know that someone's trying to say, hey, or get my attention or whatever. So nobody wants to put one on there. Okay, fine. Forget you. I'll find one. Never mind. Okay, there we go. There we go. I found 2. Right. Well, where is it? Right there. See how it's got the little red boxes? Just makes me know that you're trying to say something to me. So, oh, there you go, Lorne. Lorne, what's going on? Yeah, thank you, Lorne. Yeah, I don't have any intent of stopping content. It's fun to do, man. All right, so on this car, first to go is going to be these 4 screws right here. It's actually 5 screws. There's 1 screw in the back here. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that off. And then another good thing is to have a magnet available to be able to aid in pulling some of these screws out. Slash Raptor Jeremy, all of you guys just did it. Nice. Thank you. Yes, that is exactly how made you look nice. Yes, you did. So we'll get this thing off. Taking this off as a unit, 2 more screws down in there. So I think I might have to lift this up a little bit and go like, maybe like that. So there's 2 more screws down in there. And that does 2 things. It holds the bumper and wheelie bar attachment on. And then it also clamps down this whole upper plate. So now I can stand up and do some work here. Again, having a magnet is key. So you can take the magnet and literally stick it right to the driver. It just aids in the screws not falling up. Yeah, guy. It just aids in the screws. It just launches the screws off for you. Most of these screws are the same. So obviously the 4 bottom screws are different. These screws are not different. These screws are all the same. So the back screw, these screws, the only screws that are different are these 2 screws that are up here. These are slightly shorter than every other screw that is on here. These 2 shock screws are a little different. So let's see. Might not have undone that enough. Hey, here we go. So actually this can come off now. So what this will do is this will also, oh, I forgot 1 screw. Nice. I just wonder why I only saw 3. Yeah, Lauren, I don't know why your comment was just blocked. Excuse me. Pulled it off. Little B block comes off. Look at the size of that block, man. Look how thick that thing is. That thing's never going to go anywhere. So you can like take stuff off and do all that. You will need something underneath the truck to support it. I'll just use a battery pack for now. But all of these screws are all the same. I can hear my dog barking. It's a mini Outcast. Yes. Yeah, this one is not branded as the MJX. I don't know what that MJX Hyper Go is. I guess it's just a clone of this or something. Or the other way around. It is a great little truck, man. Fun. Definitely fun. The brushless version was, or is incredible. So these screws are obviously 2 different screws, so you have to just pay attention to that, obviously. Then there's 2 more screws right here and here. Those screws need to come off or out. And then what I noticed was what made it easier is to take the motor out at the same time, because the way that little this little fin is, you can take this whole cover and plate off, no problem. But with the way that little fin is, the heatsink is, it's wrapped kind of like underneath that little center brace. And if you just unplug the motor, there's still 2 more screws to get, 4 more screws to get out. But you just, I unhooked the motor. I did find that it was easier to do it that way. So then on the back here, you got 2 hinge pin screws for the upper arms. Going to go ahead and pop those off. So it's a total of 5 different screws, 4 different screws if you're not including these little hinge pin ones right there. And then all this will come off as a unit. Once you pop these out, slide out these, right? Get those out of the way. Then there's 2 screws. Oops. There's 2 screws, one there and one on the opposite side. Now I think I can already see that Yeah, that this other diff might not work. Not sure. The dog bone might be too big. I'm not positive. I hope it is just a drop-in, because if it is, that'd be great. The new parts are coming, and the great part is I didn't finish that story. So, like I said, I don't come to them like I'm anybody special, because I'm not. I'm just a regular guy, man. Just as a RC car, I want it fixed. So pull this out as a complete unit. See how the motor comes out like that? I like it this way. Like I said, it just seems to come out and go back together just that much easier. I do want to say things did have seemingly a good amount of grease in them. They even did have grease on this spur and pinion, which I don't know if I agree with that or not, but it was there. So let's set that aside. So what I was hoping, and it doesn't look like it's going to work. Damn it. I don't know, man. So, is this going to work, though? This isn't going to work. Dang. See, that's the part, man. See what happened? I was really hoping this was going to work out, but it didn't. Crap. All right. Well, to further take this apart would mean that I've got to I got to pull that front section off. I was hoping that I could bend this up enough, but you can see the gear that snapped off. Let's see if I can just pop it out. Yeah, it's not the same. Crap. So the spur itself is fine. It's literally the pinion. So the pinion blew off. Looks like 2 teeth. Maybe 2.5. 1, 2, yeah, 2 teeth. And that was kind of again, that's kind of a bummer, man. See, I was hoping this was going to be a drop-in. So obviously it's not. See the difference. Bummer, man. Crap. That's disappointing, man. That would have been cool. So I wonder how this gear comes off in the first place. Okay. Just pops off. Oh, yeah. That's a whole unit. Look at that. So that's how that goes. Dang. Yeah, it's a bummer, man. See, I had seen this knowing that it was the same exact. All right, well, this was a kind of a waste of time. Crap, man. That would have been sweet. All right, well, this is a fail. I tried. See, what I wanted to do was I was hoping that this was going to be the right differential. There's a little bit of a size difference here. Crap. Well, the new pieces are coming, so guess that just makes this a nice quick live. Now I can go walk away, hang my head in shame. I don't think I've got any other parts that can fix this car. I do have this diff, but that ain't gonna work. Is that the same thing? Yeah, even that's not the same. You know what though? With the see, these dog bones wouldn't even fit in tanks. Well, there we go. Waste of time. I thought I could fix it. I guess not. Crap. Oh, that's a fail. What a bummer, though. Kind of does look like this gear right here is the same thing. Yeah. Man. That does stink. So that goes also to show you that not every car is the same. There are sometimes little design changes or whatever that make the cars different. So maybe I'll just go ahead and throw this back together and still take it out to the skate park and just basically burn this thing to the ground. That's what I'll do. I'll literally just burn this thing to the ground. Burn it to the ground. What a bummer, man. Oh well. Oh, you know what? What a moron. That would have been a lot easier doing it that way. Didn't have to bend nothing. See that? Look how that goes in. It goes in like that. I wouldn't have had to bend nothing. So now I just got to key that in. Come on. Key it in. Come on, guy. What are you doing here? There we go. Got it? I think that's it. Something's not right here. What's going on? Let's pop this out again. See what's going on here. Did that slide all the way? Yeah, I think that did slide all the way. Let's try that again. Oh, I think the bearing is stopping it from going in. There we go. Dogs out there barking, being a pain in the neck. Okay. What a bummer. No, it was worth a shot. So a quick repair that really wasn't. What did you miss? The fact that I couldn't fix this car. Yeah, there's a backstory to it, guy. There's a backstory to it. Oh, I'm bummed though, man. Well, either way, you get a look at how the thing is kind of constructed. The brushless version obviously has all metal gears, which is kind of cool. So that's a positive. At least there's one positive out of this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to reassemble this little thing here, drop this back into place. And yeah, just like come on, get into your little slot. Oops. Something is stopping me from going down here. What's going on here? Is it that little motor key thing? Yeah, that, or it's the gear. Get this out of here. What's stopping me from aligning that? There we go. All right, so I'm going to just put one of these screws just to kind of keep this together. This one right here. You always use your Lipo batteries as a device to stab the drivers through. Makes you feel safe. Oh, somebody said something. Michael Gaines, what's going on, guy? No need to hang. Yeah. God. Hanging my head low, man. It's a fail. So, like I said, there was different size screws here. Those two are the different ones. Then you have the small. Oh, you can't even see it. I am talking here. Different size screws here, right there. So you've got obviously your pin screws. You got your 4 screws. You got these screws are for your shocks. You got these 2 screws, which are shorter than all the other screws that basically put this RC back together. So now I wanted this thing to. I thought this was going to be just a drop-in, but hopes and dreams were destroyed. So now I need 2 of these screws to clamp down on this in here. Other side. And then get the 2 shorter screws that I noticed seem to be for here, just because of the way they went into the plastic. And 2 long screws. What's in the box? Retracted messages. Uh-oh. What you saying, guy? Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and just put in the dog bone on this side. Put in the hinge pin. Same thing on this side. Put that into place. These dog bones are really beefy. Come on, get in there. Go to your home. Not that hard. Go to your home. Failed attempt. Definitely is a cool looking RC, I'll say that. And for younger people and older, styling sometimes does have a lot to do with it. When you think about how intricate this is and how everything goes together, it's great. Whoever was the manufacturer or designer of these little RC cars, man, pretty good. Granted, it's probably all computer stuff nowadays. For all we know, there isn't even a human involved. Just a computer generates stuff nowadays. We don't need no stinking humans. Okay. Got these 3 screws and the 4 screws. Obviously, we've got this little B block. B block goes like that. And then this wheelie bar bumper skid plate kind of deal. Slides into place, up and over. I'm going to go ahead and put the 4 screws in here first. Michael Gaines is going to really enjoy the session. Ah, the session was garbage, guy. I got 0 accomplished. I got nothing. This was an absolute waste of time. This was 0 accomplishment. Nothing got fixed. Just the realization that not everything is created equal. 2 screws that drop down that hold basically that tail end of the diff together, or that top plate, and the bumper skid plate wheelie bar little thing here. It's already stripped out because it was too hot on it. And this one, I'm going to go nice and easy with this one. Right till when it gets to the bottom, I'll stop. Hey, there we go. And that one didn't strip. Got 1 more screw left over. That is for the very back. It goes right here. That's it. Car's all back together. And does it function? Hey, look at that. All right. So that's that. Basically a fail. I do have the parts coming. So I guess what's important is I do have the... Oh, come on, man. I do have the parts coming. They should be here, I think, in about 4 days. But I'm still going to run this thing. I'm going to run it hurt because the parts that I have coming, I'm going to replace. So I'm going to be replacing the front differential, the front pinion, the rear differential, the rear pinion. Well, because the pinion and the thing come together like, you know, a piece like that. I don't know if it comes with new bearings or not. I've been looking at so much stuff lately, I'm forgetting what's what. It might come with new bearings. It would kind of make sense if it did. That'd be a cool kind of situation. So front and rear diffs, the spur, and technically the spur and pinion piece, because that is what it is, because the differential is a ring gear, and then it has a pinion gear that connects onto that. So I kind of was bummed, man. I probably could have checked my own video and realized that this wouldn't work, but I don't watch my own videos. That's for you guys to do. You guys could be the critics. If I watch my own videos, I'd probably be my own worst critic. So actually, technically, I do watch my videos. I have to watch them. I create them. It's horrible. Yeah. So while this was a fail, I got to connect up the motor. So while this was kind of a fail, I'm not calling the truck a fail yet. I think the company stepped up. And I think what's interesting is from what I'm seeing in the parts manual, wherever that is, I don't even know what the parts manual is now, but in the parts manual, from what I understand, when I looked up the part numbers, there were no part numbers for the plastic pieces. So it almost seems as though when you go and order up what you think is going to be the exact replacement piece, you're technically ordering, I think, the metal upgrade. Again, maybe I didn't look at the parts manual enough. I just looked at it. I saw metal and I was like, yeah, that's what I want. So yeah. So when I contacted that company, I just said, this is the stuff that I need. I have the new RC, blah, blah, blah. I didn't say who I was. I just said, you know, if you could send those out under warranty, that'd be great. And they were like, no problem. So that's part of the thing I think that I like. I'm not saying to abuse that. So like if you genuinely, I mean, if you've had this thing for like a year, if it survives a year, you know, you've worn out parts, don't go asking the company for free parts. Just go, hey. Well, actually, you know what? I'm sorry. You can, because they have a 1-year warranty. Yeah, they have a 1-year warranty, so maybe you can. Maybe that's what you should do. Maybe like right at that year, you just call them up and go, dude, I need the whole car back. So just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. You'll kill these companies. So yeah, the other brushless version, the brushless version is definitely the route that I would probably go to. It is more money. It's on sale right now for $130. And I would not, as if you saw what was involved, if you saw what was involved with that truck, I would not hesitate with it. I really wouldn't. $130, man. My link. Go click my link and buy that brushless version. If you don't have that money, grab this one. But just realize you'll be getting a free gear. So, because if you drove it like my son and I did, you will break the plastic gears. So, just like glass breaks, right? Plastic does too. So does metal. So, anyways, RC Guy Garage. This was a quick failed repair of the Hosim. This is called the H17. I forget which one this is. I don't remember. On the manual, it says what it is. So, what was that? Oh, front door. All right. My daughter's home right now. I'm going to go hang out with her. But hopefully, you know, you get a chance to get out there. It doesn't necessarily have to be the RC hobby. You know, if you've got something that you can do that, you know, throws a smile on your face, most important thing is to remember to share it. You know, I mean, doing it solo is kind of fun. But if you've got somebody to share it with, your significant other, there's some people that like, I can't get my girlfriend or I can't get my wife involved in it, and just like, well, I don't know, man, maybe you're not trying that enough. Maybe do like a bartering thing. Maybe say like, hey, honey, you know, I'll make dinner, or well, maybe that might not be a good idea because if you're a crappy cook, you might get served divorce papers or something. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Go for a walk on the beach. If you get a beach, go for a walk in the woods with your significant other, you know, just do a trade-off and just go, hey, you know, how about if we go for a walk and then maybe we go to a park and run these little cars, or I show you how to operate these cars. When my wife, her first time driving her Max, that's why I'm saying she forgets sometimes. Even when she was out in the front street. What was she driving then? Was she driving her Max again? I think she was. The laughs, the smiles, the everything that she gets, she quickly forgets how fun it is. It is fun. And if you're doing it with somebody that's a friend, a buddy, a chum, whatever words you use. I say significant other because that's the way it works for me in my life right now. If I go out with a friend or a buddy or whatever, you know what I mean? It's different. So, yeah. Yeah, this is the end of RC Guy Garage's philosophy session. So let's go jump into chat real quick. Just say goodbye, say hello. So we've got Michael Gaines. What? I wasn't a success. It wasn't a successful fix, but was great for anyone who needed the help learning. Oh, looking. I think you mean looking into one of these. Vance, what's going on, man? Master mechanic. Definitely not. Earl Moy, what's going on, guy? Most can't remember how to. Right. Okay. So Earl said it right there. Most can't remember how to be a kid. And that's when there was so much fun that happened. It's like you forget. You forget things were fun. And you get into the drudgery of life and paying bills and going to work and paying bills and paying more bills, and you know what I mean? Like a lot of us feel that pain right now. You know, there's a lot of people in this comment section right now that are, you know, older, They probably have a little gray. A little gray. I don't really have it here, do I? Yeah, maybe I do. Yeah, I do. I got the little racing stripes on the sides of my head. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that. Like what Earl said, sometimes you basically you forget to have fun. You do have to have fun, because if you don't, I mean, is life really worth? Well, I shouldn't even talk like that. Life is worth living, having fun. How about if I say it like that? Because I can't say it the other way. I want to be responsible, so I want to be responsible for those 1-800 numbers. A 48-year-old kid, right? Paul, what's going on, man? RC Steve. All right, so we got Vito, second-hand RC. We got Earl Moorhead, Paul, Meter Depth, RC Steve. Let's see. What's in the box? Let's see. Chris Watton. What's going on, guys? Sorry, I missed that. Daniel Brinkman. Is it Brink? Yeah, Brinkman. I usually, because the screen is so far away, I mess up on the lettering sometimes. Oh, from Phoenix. Wow. AZ, man. Wow. Let's see. Michael Gaines. Why is my internet doing that to me? James, probably because I was wrecking the guy's name. Or YouTube was like, yeah, gotta screw this guy's name. James Wiscarver. I think that's how you say it. Who else? Peter Panovs. Sorry, man. Emily. Hardcore. Who else? I think I got everybody. Lorne. I think that's it. Chris's RC getaway. All right, that's it. All right, so like I said, this was just a kind of like a fail, but whatever. It is what it is. Realizing that what I was thinking when I saw it with my eyes, obviously these diffs won't work, and this spurn little pinion's not going to work. It's worth a shot. At least now I know that whatever cross platform that came out of, things aren't always drag and drop. Do you know what I mean? You can't just always take. Sometimes you got to do things. You want to put a rear end from one car into another, you got to do a couple things. So, yeah. All right. I'm out. Hopefully you guys are out there having fun. We will see you on the next video. Thanks, man.